Hey guys, welcome to Living in South Florida Does Not Suck. This is Andrew Burr from the Andrew Burr Group at Coldwell Banker. We can't wait to get started. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Living in South Florida Does Not Suck. Today, my guest is Johnny Dangerous.
Hello, everyone.
Just kidding. I just always want to say that. Johnny Meier, he owns My Community Pharmacy here locally, and he has a splendiferous cannabis company called Pharmacana that is all over the United States, right?
We are nationwide, all 50 states.
All right. So. Well, we'll get into that a little bit here, but the reason we're here is because we're talking about why living in South Florida does not suck. So tell us a little bit about your journey to South Florida and what's keeping you here.
Yeah, so I moved from Oklahoma City in 2006 to Wellington. Actually, first Lake Worth, West Lake Worth, Lyons and Lake Worth Road, and then moved to Wellington officially in 2012. The reason for the move, I was prior service Air Force, and with my job in the Air Force, to go from enlisted to officer, you have to find a base that has an entry or an opening for it. And then you have to go and interview. You have to go through all the process like you would a normal job. And I found Patrick Air Force Base because I was going into reserves from active duty. And, I'd been in Florida in Eglin Air Force Base up in the Panhandle as my first duty station. And I thought, I always want to be back in Florida because, like you said, it doesn't suck.
Yeah, it doesn't suck.
And, so that's what brought me down here, and then decided, because my better half is the brains of the home, and she is a pharmacist, and said, you know what, let's open a pharmacy. So that's what kept us here, and that's what we've been doing. That's all she wrote.
Well, you've done a pretty darn good job of it, I'll tell you that.
Thank you.
You actually were referenced in a couple of podcasts ago when I had some folks from Palomino Gardens over there. And I wasn't surprised when they said, "Yeah, we have our own little pharmacy deal." I was like, "Who runs that?" Oh, it's like My Community Pharmacy. I'm like, Johnny's everywhere. So
we are really ingrained in the community.
Yeah, you are. You've done a great job of it. You've done a great job of it. So that's people don't realize, or maybe they do. I don't know. Probably don't realize a lot of it's very different than up north down here in South Florida. Finding a sense of community can be difficult. It can be very difficult for a lot of people here in South Florida. I've had customers of mine that have moved 2 different times because they moved somewhere that they thought they wanted to be, and then they couldn't find a place for themselves.
Sure.
Wellington is one of probably 3 communities in Palm Beach County that I can think of. It's actually like a really small town at heart.
Right.
I mean, we got a lot of people here. But more or less, it's a small town at heart, and it doesn't take long to get ingrained in that small town
feel
vibe. Yeah.
So Jupiter, Wellington, what's the other?
So Jupiter. So honestly, and I hate to say this because I don't like Boca, but Boca is one. Yeah, I don't like Boca.
No, I agree with you.
I don't like Boca at all. Sorry, it's just not my cup of tea, not my flavor.
You're not plastic.
Well, it's not that. There is that aspect of it. But we've got that out here in Wellington.
This is true. Good point.
You get that a little bit everywhere. I don't know. Boca is just too. It's really what I don't like about Boca is it's city like.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like speaking of down, go to Meisner, and everybody's in a 4-block, and it's just a
mini Manhattan.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is what it is. I mean, and there's a reason for that because everybody comes down from.
They're attracting him,
and that's cool. And that's just not my vibe.
Right.
I mean, I love Boca because the values are high and I make a lot of money when I sell stuff there. But I couldn't live there. No, actually, Delray Beach.
I was gonna say Delray, but I didn't know if that's where you're.
Yeah, so Delray Beach is the other one. Look, I haven't. I have experience everywhere in the county, obviously, but the people that I know that live in these places are the ones that really
very
tell
happy.
me. And and Delray Beach and Boca are right next to each other. Two totally different environments. It's like going from Manhattan to South California
or Long Island.
Yeah, well, no, it's like going from Manhattan to like Manhattan Beach.
Sure,
really. I mean, Delray's got such a laid back surfer vibe. Hippie sort of, not hippie, but you know what I mean, like super Bohemian. That's it. Yeah,
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the assist.
You can use that.
All right, perfect. Leave that in there. But no. So, anyways, I just think it's kind of cool that Wellington's one of those places. And honestly, Key Largo, it amazed me when we bought the house in Key Largo. We originally was going to be like a vacation house or whatever. And Key Largo sucked us in. And Key Largo is such a small town. It's like I know almost everybody that lives there full time.
It's an island.
It is an island.
So,
it's much like it's very much like an island. It is an actual island.
An island.
Yep, it literally is an island, and so it's just cool to me that that we can find it, because it took us a little while to find our place when we got down here the first time too. Well, not the first time. First time we didn't care. We were just getting high on the beach or whatever. 30, how many years before we were married? So oh my God, 35 years ago maybe. Yeah, but South Florida was so different then. Whatever, we'll get into that maybe later too. But I really want to find out, what does Johnny do? What does Johnny and family do here in South Florida that you just think it's something you're probably not going to find in most places, that you just do on a regular basis and don't think about it? That most people will be like, wow, that's awesome.
So, I mean, this is the canned answer that probably a lot of people in South Florida have, but we didn't have this in Oklahoma, and that's the beach. So we do a lot of the beach, right?
Yeah, so you do. So how often are you actually go to the beach?
I try to get out there 2-3 times a month.
Oh, really?
But here lately, the lack of health.
No, listen, I know.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way, but for a South Florida resident that lives west of what we'll call maybe Jog Road, which is power line down south and stuff, to actually get to the beach more than once a month it's like a feat, and it's only 7 miles away.
Yeah.
Well,
I have Southern right there, so it's shot,
jam
right?
on down. So that's pretty good. A couple,
Fitz
2-3
Park.
times. Yeah. All right. What else?
I golf whenever I have time to golf,
Okay.
which you could do only certain times of the year in other parts of the country, but here you can do it
365.
You got it. Yeah. We like a lot of the activities that are available to us here too. So there's always something going on. Like last weekend, Wellington had the pop-up beer garden. You had the car show with the Rotary Club.
Sunday, yeah.
We have the Lake Worth Beach Street Festival.
Yeah, that was
prior to that.
Was that the Sidewalk Festival?
Exactly.
It was like 3-4 weeks ago.
Sidewalk painting.
Yeah, every weekend.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring that back out west. I mean, I've been talking to Mary Lou. Like it's
okay.
Like, yeah, so she's in
Royal Palm that they used to do.
Yeah, we still right there, right on the drag there.
Beach, right.
We'll see if we can get that going. But I'm excited to try to bring some of those community events back to the western communities that were.
Well, we snagged some like Garlic Fest.
Yeah, Garlic Fest.
Used to be Delray. Now that's here.
True.
I go to Garlic Fest every year. We got rained out this year. I was there Saturday.
Yeah.
There's always something going on here. Whereas where we're from back home. Not that, I love hanging out with my family.
Right.
I can only hang out with my family so much before I want to pull my hair out. So there's got to be something else that you can do with your family.
Because everything got crammed like into the summertime months, a couple 3-4 months or whatever, and then the rest of the time you just try not to freeze.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, just checking. All right, cool. So what about like when you go and you vacation all over the place? So this is gonna be a good one because you'll go wherever. Like you're snow bunnying it one day, or you're
going to
in the islands,
Breckenridge in a couple weeks again.
Okay, so you do that a lot. Like you like to get to the snow.
Yeah.
Because you can go ski and then you can leave and come home to Florida, right? Is that basically what it is?
Yeah, 4 days, 5 days maximum. That's all I want to do in the snow, and then I want to be back here in the warm weather.
Okay.
But I do love the snowboard, so.
Yeah. So So when I was growing up in Germany, we skied the Alps, so that's where we learned to ski.
Yeah.
It was like there ain't no bunny slopes there.
Right, that's legit.
And over there they just hold it on your back. So okay, fall down if you go too fast. And literally just let you go. Yeah. Whatever. No, don't go into the tree. Fall down first.
Right.
So honestly, when I grew up a little bit after, and then went to and I lived on up in DC for a while, which is the closest place to any type of that. And they had like Snowshoe Mountain's got 3 runs or something. There's barely any snow on it. Yeah. So I kind of lost the thrill on that. Sure. But I can see where
west. Breckenridge can rival and all the different resorts out there, they can rival some of those the Alps. And
that's awesome. Well, hey, listen, man.
Long runs.
Hey, the fact that you can get out there, man, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
But let's get back to South Florida.
Sure.
So I guess the next question is, and I'm dumbfounded that I don't know the answer to this. I think I know the answer, but I think I'm going to be wrong. 7 kids.
No, I didn't know what your question was going to be, but 7 seemed like a good answer.
Okay, how many kids do you have?
1. Yeah, and she's 18.
Okay, that's right. So
she's here on spring break as we speak from Florida State.
Okay,
so she's a Tallahassee girl right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping it in the state of Florida.
Oh yeah, I told her you can go anywhere you want in the state.
In the state, yeah.
Florida prepaid.
Bright
futures.
Hey, and that's
I'm a business guy.
Yeah. No, and that brings us to part of. I was reading an article because I still read art. I still like to read stuff. I'm old fashioned like that. So I was reading an article.
Tactile,
Yeah,
flipping pages?
No, dude, I like newspapers.
Oh, wow.
I like
They make those?
Yeah.
Oh.
I like the smell of them. I like the feel of them. I like a newspaper, and
Weird.
I like doing this and having to shake it and then hold it up like that and then get the right light so I can read it because my eyes are going bad even with my glasses on. So, anyways, but I was reading an article in actually the Sun Sentinel, and they were talking about the migration from California to
Texas.
No, to South Florida.
Oh, damn.
Well,
hoping you wouldn't say that.
Wow. So, this will lead right into that. So they're like, well, is it the woke thing? And everybody's like, and they're like, absolutely not. They did a bunch of research, and about 90% of the people that moved here for the tax status, for the friendly business environment, for, that had absolutely nothing to do with it. Sure. The other stuff that everybody just kind of brings up. And I found that interesting because, my customers that I get from California, every single one of them is moving here for most of them, and most of the ones I get are actually older. They're retirees, and they're coming here because
they don't want to be taxed 60% of their
wealth
a year in California.
Yeah, but that's a big part of it, right? And they're getting ready to go on a fixed income and stuff like that.
Sure.
But there's one lady that I'm actually working with in Boca right now, and she and her husband bought a little place for $200,000 on the bluffs overlooking Manhattan Beach, which I just mentioned earlier. That's probably why I mentioned it, probably what came to my mind, and sold it for gobstopping amounts of money. Yeah. And then she's like, well, I want to get, so she actually
cash in.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, and not only that, but she can buy anything that she wants right on the beach or whatever for a fraction of what she's, and she's got, she's got a ton of money sitting in the bank, right?
Right.
So when she was looking at, where am I going to, retire to, she's like, yeah, why would I retire in California when I can come to, Florida?
Makes sense.
And South Florida is very similar to.
Our beaches are better. I mean, much better. I lived in California for a bit.
Yeah, the waves tend to beat the shit out of you in California.
And the water
it's cold.
Is gross.
It's cold.
Cold. My
wow.
mom
I
still
can't even
lives
get in
in the Bay Area. So my sister's in Santa Clara. So
yeah, I just and I agree. I mean, I've been to the beach a couple times, and only like 3 times, and all 3 were oddly enough in the Manhattan Beach area because there's a club that a guy I know owns up there on the hill. But yeah, I didn't like it much. Honestly, for me, I'm a little prejudiced to my Key Largo water.
It's blue.
It was warm. Clear. It's warm.
Yeah,
and I'm on the bay side, so I don't get really worry about waves much. Right. I go either hop on a boat and just kind of go out and float or whatever, or just put the chair right in the water and achieve neutral buoyancy, and we're good. Yeah. Somebody asked me around about. I'm just going to ask you this question, and then I'll answer my own question.
Okay.
So when you think about living in South Florida and how much you love it and all that, what's the first song that comes to your mind? First song.
The first song that comes to mind.
First song. You're thinking too long. Get it out.
God, I don't know, man.
Come on.
I got my toes in the water and my ass in the sand.
That's not a bad one. No. Yeah, little
and it might be because I was just thinking about it when you were telling me about the neutral buoyancy.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, little Zach Brown. That's cool. Yeah, little toes in the water, ass in the sand. That's a good one. Mine was actually, I listen to everything, right?
Is it girls?
No, actually, but it was actually Pirate Flag and an Island Girl.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's the name of the song. It's a Kenny Chesney song.
Kenny Chesney.
That little bit I always remember, right? Because I own a pirate flag that I sometimes, fly off the back
Jolly
of
Roger.
The Jolly Roger, and sometimes it makes a little curtain around the little nook that my daughter likes to sleep in at the house in Key Largo. And I got an Island Girl because my wife's definitely an Island Girl.
Right on.
She just, never see her happier than she's out there just floating around in the water, watching the world go by, and the manatees come rubbing up on her and all that kind of stuff.
So where's my invite?
I think I've invited you.
I don't think so.
Listen, man.
I've been there.
Shea Burr is open. Well, actually, I'm never renting it again. It'll be open again here in a couple months.
I'm in.
But yeah, man, come on down.
Cool. Why'd you cross your fingers when you said that?
I'd cross my toes. I didn't cross my fingers because you could see those.
Oh, okay.
No, listen. There is a truism that once you get a place in the Keys, man, everyone wants to come visit. That's why we bought it, man. We bought it to enjoy and to bring people down.
Cool.
It's to us, there's nothing better than sharing the love with people. I mean, it's fun. It's great. I mean, why wouldn't you share it? Besides, then you might get hooked and want to buy a house in Key Largo because you love it so much.
Smart.
You're going to use me as your realtor, so that'll work. So yeah, that was interesting. What was your second choice?
Songs?
Mm-hmm. makes you think of...
Now I'm thinking of girls.
Well,
but happily married. I will continue to point out.
That's all right. Yeah. Look, there's two kind of people in the world: the kind whose wives let them go to a strip club, and the kind who don't. My wife don't give a shit if I go to a strip club.
Mine's the opposite of that.
Oh no,
but that's okay because I
don't care.
I'm not the smartest guy either. So if I keep myself out of bad situations, I'll stay out of bad situations.
The only time I go to strip clubs is because the guys are like, "Hey, let's go to a strip club." I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, no,
I know.
I can buy my beer a lot cheaper at Flanagan's or Bonefish Max.
I don't know if you can, man. A lot of the beer is actually pretty cheap at a lot of strip clubs. The rest of it's really expensive.
I wouldn't know. But
we won't take him either, so we don't got to worry about it.
That's right. Any Bob Marley song.
I got you. That's Bob Marley for sure, man. Mm-hmm. So my second answer to that, because I always thought, and I got so pissed off. Life's been good. Right, okay. Joe Walsh.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
man. And I'm up in Maine, freezing my ass as a teenager, and I'm listening to that, and I'm thinking of South Florida, and and I get down there, and I realize that some bitch wrote that about South California, not South Florida.
Yeah. Well, now you're making me think of Tom Petty. Tom Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty. Tom Petty's a Floridian guy. Yeah. They Seminole Wind.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff. All right. Musical interlude over. Mm-hmm. So, maybe I'm gonna have to figure this out. Maybe you know the answer. What is the name of that racetrack they built on Southern Boulevard? That thing? Do you know who? I keep thinking it's Nelson Piquet, but it's not. It's
Southern Boulevard. What racetrack?
Right before. Really? So I don't know how often you head out to Locks.
Oh, okay.
Probably not much.
Oh, you're talking about the go-karts?
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, so it used to be the paintball place.
It used to be the paintball place, but now there's some F1 driver or something.
Yeah, they sold it to some group of people that... if you know Tom Cerrito, which you should invite him as a guest. Tom has their electric contract, so he was telling me all about it.
Okay.
He showed me a video. These little cars, they haul.
So they train kids to race actual cars, and there's two different things there. You have the car that you and I can go get in there and whatever, but then they actually use the track to train kids to grow up to be race car drivers. They're part of that circuit that so we're getting, honestly, down here we're getting all that stuff now.
Yeah,
we just got approved for that Bostic's training facility. Huge training
Boys and
facility.
Girls Club used to be.
Yep, and then we got the Beckham deal out there.
The David Beckham, like the soccer guy.
Yeah,
what deal?
Oh,
you're bringing me up to speed here.
So there's a huge training facility that they're building out west. That's going to be all part of kind of like that Westlake complex. I think it's just west of that. Wow. I'm pretty sure they just got final approval. They've been working this deal for like 4 or 5 years. But it's going to be a mecca for soccer players to come and train and do whatever, that sort of thing. Kind of like the Bostic thing is there to be a mecca for multi-sport, really. But there's a couple
future
of sports.
athletes, like pro athletes.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to tie in really well to. I tell you what, it's going to help the schools recruit athletes down here. It's kind of like the questions, right? So
going to help our real estate value.
That's it. Yeah. All of a sudden, when the equestrian show blew up, the equestrian real estate blew up. And the equestrian, the desire for it blew up. So pretty awesome.
All those different college kids, whenever they're talking about where they went to, or when they're go to the NFL and they're talking about
where they're from,
this and that. Instead of them saying the university, they say their city.
That's right.
Wellington, Florida.
Wellington, Florida.
I can see that.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy, and it's not just Wellington.
We're just going to rename it the Dub. How about that? Do we like that? Does that work? Can we get away with
I was thinking D. You said Dub. I'm like, D, Dub.
W.
Dub.
Yeah,
the Dub.
No, that's 3. What you just did is 3. That's
supposed to be like a gang sign, isn't it, or something? The Dub.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll have to talk to Miss Ann Gerwig about that, see how she feels. And do you like the Dub? I'm not sure she's going to like the acronym.
Like
she's very formal.
Yes, she is.
She's very formal.
She always wears a dress.
Yeah, but she also drinks beer out of the neck, and she just grabs the beer bottle and drinks it.
I wasn't going to get into that, but yeah, you're right.
I love Ann Gerwig. She's awesome.
Same here.
But let's move on to the next thing that there was a segue to the whole sports thing, but I don't remember what it is right now. Oh, in general terms, South Florida and all of Florida, and I'm sure, but South Florida has grown up a lot, and basically around the time since you got here,
just since I've been here.
I mean, crazy. Like the variety of stuff we can do down out here has gotten insane. If you go downtown, do you go downtown at all?
Yeah, I do.
What do you do downtown?
Go to the Improv. Now I've been going to El Camino since they opened an El Camino there, and I'll have to go to Del Rey, like the Rocco's. So a lot of eating, drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably like I mentioned, I don't go to the movies very much, but yeah, there's always something going on.
Everybody's agog because they're going to be opening a Cooper's Hawk out.
Oh yeah, so the Lotus.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Lotus 3, I think that is. Third one in the county. But yeah,
it's
everybody's
gonna be
like
super cool. And I don't know if this is true, so this could be just complete rumor and speculation. But I've been told that Palm Beach Improv will be moving to that location.
Really?
Because they're supposed to be knocking down all that stuff where the Improv's at and building another high rise because that's going to be lower Manhattan.
Which wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, because yes, West Palm Beach is definitely turning into a city, and yeah, the amount of high rises that have gone up in the past 10 years.
And there's more.
Oh yeah. Oh, the future planning is going to make it like. Sure, you'll be able to see it from you'll be able to look and see the buildings from Wellington.
Sure, I'm sure you saw the article from Mr. Ross, owner of the Dolphins.
Yes,
right, and he's saying, "Buy all you can because you're not going to be able to soon."
No, it's already you already can't really. I mean, and he's talking about that on a sort of a investor industrial scale too. I mean, he's talking about more or less, big time. Well, you got a building downtown, right?
I sold it. Yeah,
you should have held on to it.
I know.
You should have listened.
I know.
Should have talked to me. But yeah,
I don't think I didn't know you actually. I didn't know you when I bought it, but I knew.
Yeah. It's all good. But yeah, no, and that is true, and that's true in all of South Florida. I mean, in sort of the Manhattanization and the Californiization of Florida. I mean, look, just be quite honest, it's way more expensive to live in South Florida than it was 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
It's incredibly more expensive than it was 30, whatever. When I moved there, it was like dirt cheap. There was nothing, whatever.
Well, where my pharmacy's at, it used to be cow pastures. Like, literally.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I lived here when it was cow pastures.
It was all
I lived here when
cows.
it was, yes, I lived here when it was cow pastures, yes. Yeah. But yeah, no, there used to be cow pastures on Military Trail. Actually, there used to be cow pastures east of Military Trail in some spots, but most of in the Boynton Beach area, there was huge swaths of it. They had a Motorola plant that they built in the middle of this dude's cow field or whatever. And when I say Motorola plant, I mean a factory.
I thought that was huge. Okay, no?
That was Boynton.
Okay, gotcha.
At least I think so. I mean, I was kind of high back then a lot, but I'm pretty sure it was Boynton. So yeah, it was Boynton Beach. I'm 99% sure. Look, if I'm wrong, somebody call me out. But it was literally there's this guy had, I don't know how many hundreds of acres or whatever. I don't know if that was actually Ben's family's farm or not.
Oh.
Ben Boynton.
Ben,
yes.
Get it?
Boynton,
yes.
Ben,
got
Boynton,
it.
Boynton Beach.
You know what? I wondered if that was just coincidence.
Figure. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't know for sure. But
I don't believe in
coincidences. There's a relationship between Ben
wealth management guy.
Ben and Boynton. Yeah, good wealth management guy. Sure. Don't want to deny David Sally, your guy. So
David Sally's in my range, whereas Mr. Boynton,
it's $1 million or so.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Anyways,
if I had your money, maybe.
Quit calling out people on this show. Ben, we're gonna have you over here to tell your own story, and David Sally both. Maybe on the same show. That'd be good. We could put some boxing gloves on them.
That'd be awesome. You get some views of that.
No, Dave would destroy Ben.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Well, Dave's very athletic.
Yeah.
And not that Ben's not athletic, but he's not athletic like Dave Sally. Dave Sally's like, have you seen him? Well, yeah, of course you have. He's all jacked up, not beefed up.
Former Navy.
Yep. And he works out a lot. I'm like, you don't get this physique by working out. I'll tell you that
curls,
right now.
Baby.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got their place in the world. So anyways, I don't know where the hell we were at before that. Do you remember?
Boynton.
No, that was the segue. I think it has to do with what, all the cool stuff we have now. So it's become very metropolitan down here now. I don't remember who mentioned the bullet train. I think that was yesterday. So
going to Orlando now?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to open up very soon, I believe, going to Orlando.
Supposed to be this year?
Yeah, or to Miami. I mean, that's honestly.
What already goes to Miami?
I know, but I'm saying, but if you want to go down and have a night in Miami, hop on the bullet train. I mean, it's for us, we're a little west of that, but it's a pretty interesting. And the fact you be able to get to Orlando in like 45 minutes or
Alex
something,
and
just
Susie
go up there for dinner
they,
and come back.
They'll go down there. They'll jump on. They do the VIP, so they get 2 drinks.
Yep.
Go down there, have dinner, jump back on, have 2 more drinks, come back.
That's it.
So that sounds fun.
Yeah, it does. And Alex, and so since we're throwing out names here, people will future be on here. Maybe if you actually watch the podcast. Just kidding. Alex Cassis and his wife Susie.
Yes.
Well, you know how hard it is to get on the schedule, right?
I do.
Like we have a lunch. I mean, a dinner coming up. I think next week that we had to schedule last month just to get on the Alex and Susie.
Yeah.
Train.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
We have a standing schedule.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
So you're one of the
Margarita
people
Mondays.
You're the one of the ones that's screwing up my dinner opportunities with them. Yeah. So we're trying. Yeah, we're trying to figure out where to go.
I took him on Monday, so come on. Nobody wants Mondays. He
I
just
got
gave
Wednesday,
it to me as
bro.
charity.
I've got Wednesday. I don't have like a premium day.
You got a better day than I did.
No.
Nobody likes Mondays.
Arguably. And we're trying to figure out where to go now, right? So because we'll go to the Warren and stuff like that because we're I don't want to say bougie, but we like our good expensive liquors and good food.
What about the Ben? The Ben's a pretty good, nice little spot downtown.
Yeah,
instead of going all the way to Delray if you want.
No, yeah. So actually, there's some place that my wife found down there. It's supposed to be the hottest thing, and I think it's like off Woolbright or something. But they're only open, like the main restaurant's only open Friday and Saturday. They have this place called the Coat Room there. I can't remember the name of the.
Not familiar.
Sweet Bay, Sweet Bay 33, something like that. I believe that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I remembered something maybe. So anyway, I was thinking about checking that out. Have you never heard of it?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Yeah, the Ben's always a good choice. And honestly, I don't know. I hate to say this because I was a professional chef, as you know, in my former life. And I don't like, the whole, but Daniel Ballud's place, I mean, I respect Daniel Ballud. He's one of the few guys out there that I really respect because Daniel really is more about the food than the star or the celebrity. Well, there you go. He's a chef. He's a celebrity chef. He's a Michelin guy. Absolutely. He's one of the many people that,
Not the tire company.
Well, one of the many people that opened, really high-end restaurants here locally in the last, 5 to 7 years because there's an audience for it now. Like it used to be, you were either in New York, L.A., maybe Vegas,
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, Dallas is a decent one, but you didn't go to any podunk little.
No.
Or even Miami wasn't. Miami is fairly recent on the scene of because these guys. I mean, there's a certain clientele you have to have, right?
Right.
If you're a Brickell, then you got the right. But that's most of Miami honestly isn't. They're not going to like if South Beachers aren't going to go to Brickell to go eat somewhere.
They spent their money to get here.
Yeah, that's it. So anyways, but it's pretty cool. Daniel, it's called Ballud. It's Daniel Ballud's.
Okay.
Daniel Ballud's, right? And he's one of the guys that really focuses more on the food than the celebrity for the celebrity chef guys, right? He became a celebrity because his food damn good and interesting. We actually did Celebrity Cruises has on certain links or whatever they have chef tables, and Daniel Ballud is partnered with them. And this guy was like, "Oh, that's bullshit. That's like Guy Fieri partnering with everybody that he can slap his name on or whatever." Sure. And guys local now. Right. So Guy, that's it. Lake Worth guy. Whenever you're ready, son, hit the big time over here.
He lives down the street from Ralph.
Remember Ralph lives in there?
Yeah, Ralph lives down the street from him.
Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't know Ralph lived in Lake Worth.
He moved out of Village Walk maybe 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
So downtown Lake Worth, or Lake Worth Beach is what they call it.
Yes. Yeah. It's not too shabby. Yeah. That's a place that's changed. You want to talk about a place that's it
has come up.
Gentrified is the word, my friend. Sure. Gentrified. Sure. I remember when you didn't even want to walk in Lake Worth, and now it's fancy.
Yeah, I want to tell you that I have 104 South K. It's one of my investment properties.
That's right next door. So 103 South North K. I'm on North K.
Okay. Well, you're on the better side of the tracks.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean you're okay if you're in the you're
walking distance of the strip.
Two blocks.
Yeah.
Right? Same, but the other side. Yeah.
Sure.
I got to Publix right there.
Yeah, that's true. I've got IGOTS and Dave's Last Resort and Rose.
Yeah,
right
that's not bad. Dave's Last Resort's pretty fun.
One block.
I wish they hadn't closed that little German place down there. That was great.
Oh yeah.
What happened with that?
Funny enough, when I came here in 2006 in the beginning to find a place to live, that was the first place we went to eat.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And obviously we got more we can talk about, so we'll bring you on here another time.
Sounds good to me.
So until next time, check out Johnny Meier if you're interested in pharmaceutical drugs or cannabis, I guess. I don't know. And we'll see you guys next time.
I think it's just all called drugs.
Yeah, just all kind of drugs. We'll see you guys here next time on Living in South Florida Does Not Suck. Have a great day.
It does not suck.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into Living in South Florida Does Not Suck. Please remember to subscribe, hit the bell. I'm not sure what the things are going to be, but like it on Facebook, share it with your friends, spread it amongst the world. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you here again for the next one.